Mike D'Antoni says all the pressure's on Golden State tonight because if they lose, then they lose home court advantage, and it's a best of three with two in Houston. What do you say to that, Rick?
Well, it's a nice thing to say, but it also is if they don't win, they're going home down 3-1. I mean, so it's a double-edged sword that you're playing with here. Certainly, I think Steve said the right thing. I saw Steve's soundbite. Yeah, well, he's right. We've got to take advantage of our home court. I mean, that's the way it works. You want to win your games at home, and the Warriors did what they had to do because they didn't have the home court advantage. They won one in Houston, so now they just have to take care of business at home. So obviously, it's a crucial game for them. But in the Rockets' case, I mean, they're in trouble because if the Warriors win this one, then they for sure have to win their game at home, and then they got to find a way to win one still back in Golden State. So both teams are in a situation. This is a critical game, and it usually comes down to that situation when you play. That it's usually a critical game in Game 4.
Well, then let's talk about this. I'm waiting to see if Harden can just dominate in the same way that we've seen Jordan do in the past, LeBron, Kobe. I mean, I could go on and on. You've seen the greats all time. Rick, you were one. How can Harden step up, dominate, and get this right back to Game 5? The MVP of the league do it tonight. How can he do this?
One player can't win. Not in basketball. Not one player can't win. He got 40-something in the first game, and they didn't win. CP3 got 20-something. They didn't win. You got to find out if the players can win. And what happened, those guys that played so well over there played on the road, and they didn't do so well. You don't win by yourself. You win because you do it collectively as a team. Now, you may have to play at a high level to do it, and here's what happened with the other series, is that LeBron's teammates showed up, finally. Showed up for him. He didn't have to score 40 points for them to win. That's why they are 2-2 right now. And so now Boston has to go back and do what? In that series, it's the same thing. Each team took care of business at home. So now Boston has to take care of business at home. That's why it's going to be fun to see how it works out with a young team that hasn't had this type of not exposure, but experience yet to be in a situation like this. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they play and respond to this. But I don't know about you, but I can't remember watching playoff games at this level to see two teams, I'm talking about the Rockets and the Celtics, miss so many dunks and in-close shots to the basket. It was like somebody had the lid on top of the sucker. It was unbelievable to me. And it had a major impact for Boston trying to make some comebacks, and it certainly just killed the Rockets because they blew a great opportunity in this last game in Golden State. They may not even get an opportunity in this next game because of the fact that the Warriors came out and were horrible offensively in the first quarter. Yet the Rockets couldn't do anything. They were just as bad, if not worse. And so they blew a wonderful opportunity to try to get home court back. And you're not going to see the Warriors not show up like they did in Game 2 back at Houston. I was embarrassed by that, and I know they were as well, because that's not the team with the experience they have to go out and put a performance like that on. But even in that game, Rich, first quarter, they go 0 for 7 from threes, right? 0 for 7 from threes. Turned the ball over 7 times, and they were only trailing by 6 points.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.